Hello, YouTube. You ready? Got your stuff prepared? Got your notepad? Got your pencil? Good. Excellent. Right, let's get some Dwarf Fortress on then. Come on. Chat's been chatting away, but I'm going to ignore them for a minute just to get the sense of what's happening in the fortress. Now, I don't really remember what was going on last time, and I feel from the amount of blood in our hallway that something attacked. Was it... Oh. A little glance at the top left of the screen has just flooded me with information that would have been useful a few minutes ago. We're under siege, which suggests to me that that blood may have been caused by a couple of little goblins getting inside, which may mean... Oh wait, no, there was also a horrible forgotten beast by the look of things. Let's just check the goblin situation out first. There's barely a page of them. Maybe they haven't all come on yet. Oh no, they're making their way down the mountainside. I'm gonna guess that that bloodshed was caused by goblins. And now that we've got everybody inside, is it time to fling open the gates again? To try and get the gobbos to march across our traps? Or was I doing something important at the end of last session? It's hard to know. I should probably look at chat now. They'll probably be telling me. Someone will remember. How big could these fruit flies get? About the size of, I don't know, like 150. So I'd imagine they're about the size of your little finger, right? Or my little finger. Pretty big for flies. I mean, not like they weren't troubling dogs or anything. Then again, maybe the flies were bothering the dogs. Who knows? Did I talk about this prior to pressing record? I did, didn't I? Those of you watching on YouTube, I told a little, very disjointed, poorly executed anecdote about a scientist who was making flies get big. Insect flies, not trouser flies. The size of those depends on the size of the trousers. But trust me, it was a terrible story. Nobody who heard it was interested, so you don't need to be refreshed. Okay, chat might continue to talk about it for a bit, but don't worry, it wasn't that exciting. Hello, Orchimedes, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Animals are innocent. What did I do to say that was... What did I say? What did I say to prompt that? I don't know. I think that's fascinating, says Fuzzy Logic. I think I've seen things of growing tomatoes in high oxygen environment. That was exactly the question I opened with when talking to the scientist that the YouTubers have no idea about, Fuzzy. I said, can you do it with dragonflies? And he said, we're giving it a go, but so far no luck actually getting dragonflies to breed in captivity. That was the big hurdle to the experiment. I'm making it sound more and more interesting to the YouTubers, and they're going to never know. It's going to be a tragedy. Oh no. I know, that's exactly how I got a Plutonium Jesus, but bear in mind, in order to do this... Oh, I'm going to have to tell the fucking story again. Alright, YouTube. Many years ago, I read an article about a man who was doing experiments. He was a proper scientist, just not some random guy, but he was doing experiments to try and see why prehistoric insects were so much bigger than they are today. The hypothesis was because there was more oxygen in the environment, and so if you give more oxygen to very closely related creatures these days, they should be able to grow larger and not be held in check size-wise by our atmosphere. And if they didn't grow larger, then that probably wasn't the reason the insects were bigger. He did the experiments, and fruit flies got like, I don't know, 50-75% bigger than normal fruit flies. And I was interested by that article because I thought, oh, maybe I could, make giant insects, giant beetles and shit, for various reasons. And I wrote to him and spoke to him about it, and apparently, it's difficult to do with dragonflies because they're very hard to get to breed in captivity. There we go, boom, we got it out of the way, fantastic. The dragonfly plinth place, that's not bad. Maybe we should. I'd love to find out how dragonflies make love. I doubt they make love. They don't look like love makers. They look like they make fuck, and pretty brutally at that. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it in flight and then one of them drops down dead afterwards. Seems highly likely. Is the chat appearing on screen? That's a very good question. It appears not. No. Poor old... I'm going to attempt to get that... Whatever. Fuck you, Twitch. There we go. It's all sorted. Let's go back to Dwarf Fortress. Here we go. Let's start properly, shall we? Rather than all this nonsense, let's start properly. Whoa, wait a second. That cat. Its only skill is being a legendary climber. How has it acquired that skill? And why am I seeing that? What? Okay, don't worry. But what we're going to do? What are we going to do? Let's have a little look downstairs. You know what? Speaking of looking downstairs, if we come down here, we should find... Ah, yes, adamantine. That was the big thing at the end of last session. We struck adamantine. So we're going to be able to make some very nice lightweight armour and some very sharp cutty weapons. So axes, swords, that kind of carry-on. So, I'm thinking, let the goblins faff around outside for a while. Maybe they'll get bored, maybe they won't. But I'm not opening the gates again until... Oh, hang on a minute, maybe we'll get migrants or a trader. I don't intend to open the gates again until it's time to send out a fully clad in adamantine squad who can then rip the goblins to pieces. But for now, we'll just stick with getting some adamantine gathered and getting it extracted into strands and made into wafers. All that kind of carry on. And crafts dwarf workshops are the place where the strands get done. This should be a stockpile for... For fuck's sake. The game crashed. But that's okay, because we barely started doing anything, so whatever, Dwarf Fortress. I mean, seriously, you think you can turn me away with one little crash right at the beginning of a game? Oh, you don't know me. You don't know me at all, motherfucker. Don't make me kill you. I will cut you. Well, actually, is it possible to even cut Dwarf Fortress? I don't think it is. It's a purely mathematical construct. I mean, unless you have a mathematical blade, it's going to be pretty difficult. Let me get Dwarf Therapist going again. Is it all good? It's all good. It's all good. There we go. Right, where was I? Oh yes, talking about adamantine. What we're going to do is we're going to set up some stockpiles. We've got one here to accept adamantine, clearly down the bottom there. Then we're going to have one... we should have a stockpile for thread somewhere around here. I'm guessing it's going to be this one. Is that our thread stockpile? Let's have a little look. Chains. Why have we got a stockpile just for chains? That doesn't seem practical. This looks like it could be a thread stockpile. Let's have a little peeky poo in here. Finished goods. Type. Armour. No, this is for clothes. So the thread stockpile's going to be this one? That's an armour stockpile. What about this one? That's cloth though. Or are we putting all types of cloth in together? Oh, we are. It's alright, metal threads have been disabled though, so what we can do is come over here, make another stockpile, Bosh, and we want a cloth stockpile, which is H. Pop that over here, next to our little glass making buddies. Actually no, let's put it just above. That looks good. We'll go in, we'll do a little funky settings changing. There we go, cloth. We don't want that. No. Forbid, and we only want metal threads. Lovely metal threads. And then we need to... How are we going to forbid that from being used? We need to prevent it from being used. So I think in a smeltery we can turn the adamantine into threads into wafers, right? Or is that... Yes, we can make adamantine wafers, but we need thread first. Now I'm going to say... A will take from anywhere, take from links only? No. Can we say give to... So if we say give to these smelteries, then that should be good, right? It won't give to anywhere else, will it? Or will it? It's okay. We'll just make it for now. And if it's not a good thing to stop them from using the stuff elsewhere, then we'll do something else. But the ideal is not to have adamantine socks or clothing knocking around, because frankly that's a wild extravagance. G, give to designated stockpile. How about, not stockpile, workshop. This little smelter here as well. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, yes, 6 smelters. That should be good, that should be enough throughput to get ourselves a lovely little bit of adamantine, right? Adamantine wafers. How do we extract? Extract metal strands. There we go. Bosh. And repeat, I suppose. And we'll do it in this craft shop too. Add, extract metal strands, repeat. There we go. Just keep going until we run out. Just get as many strands out as you can. There we go, lovely. I'm confused as to the process of extracting strands from adamantine. I mean, what analog material is there in the world that would work that way? Has Toadie just pulled that out of his arse? Or is there something that you extract strands from, make into wafers that can then be used as a sort of a metal? Because I think, like, does asbestos come in strands in the wild? I'm not sure. Which insects, asks Plutonian Jesus, would be most useful in giant form, do you think? One you could train to perform useful work, perhaps? I don't think you could train an insect to do anything, can you? I don't think they have enough of a nervous system to train. You can't even really condition them, can you? Or can you? Maybe you can. I'm not entirely sure. Freaky M. All cats are legendary climbers. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Blimey, this is from a while ago. Some very protein-rich species you could farm for food. They don't need to be big, though, do they? In fact, if anything, insects are easier to farm for food if they're small. Like locusts and grasshoppers are basically just like land prawns, right? So, you know, they're probably pretty delicious thinking about it. One that gets rid of plastic, I'm guessing. Oh, an insect. Yeah, that might be good. I don't think any insects can eat plastic. Maybe some funguses can, or fungi. And Clay Creek going for the asbestos angle. That's what I was thinking. Maybe asbestos, but can you make I suppose you could make asbestos armour, couldn't you? I mean, it's not exactly lung armour, but it might work. Now, where do we put adamantine wafers? That's a good point. Do they count as bars? We'll find out if we come in here. Bars, blocks, metal, other metal, blocks, metal. Okay. Ah, they do count as bars. So I'm going to say in there, actually, let's remove adamantine bars from the equation. Where are they? Adamantine bars removed. Good. Which means we'll need a stockpile that can hold them, which I'll put over, just over here, just like this. Look at that. Lovely. I doubt we're going to have much of that on hand. Animals denied. We want bars, blocks, enable, forbid all of them, and then re-enable adamantine. Bosh, there we go. Lovely. And you know what? I'm going to quick save. Just because I can. Just because I can. Hello, Sergeant Indy. I'm here and we're all super quarantined. They just shut down all non-essential retail. Ah, and I did the plug as well. I did mention that you might not want to all turn up at once, but I did the plug. That's a tragedy. Oh, man. Also, I take umbrage with the classification of gaming stores as non-essential. Where else are people going to get all of their polyhedral dice? I mean, come on. Adamantine thread may be used for suturing, but the risk of that is low if you make wafers out of the threads as soon as possible. Okay. Well, I think we've got more throughput on the wafers than we have on the threads, so we should be good. We're able to be open for curbside pickup. Well, that's alright. At least there's some level of activity you can engage in. That's nice. That is good. Alright, shall we unpause now that I've set up our adamantine workflow? Shall I also have a little peeky poo downstairs at the adamantine source and see if we can find some fun ways to expand our collection of little blue things? Maybe. Where's that little platform I was building around the edge? Ooh, looks like it never got saved. That's quite disappointing. Okay. Maybe we should dig up a floor or two. I'm scared I'm going to pierce through the adamantine from below. Then again, surely that wouldn't be able to come into a void, would it? It might be able to. You know what? If I come over here and we'll dig up down here, I'm thinking we're going to have a better time of it if we just come up like this. Oh, fuck. Did I go through anything there? No, it's okay. It's cool. It's cool, everybody. Calm down. Be chill. We're going to come down here, we're going to watch them dig that out, and once we've gone up a few floors, we're going to explore where the adamantine is. Very carefully, very gingerly, with great delicacy. Oh, hang on a minute, I have built the stairs in. Oh yeah, and there's some floors going in round here, look at this. This should bring us round here to give us more access. It's going to be good. Cannot produce something? What was that? What can't we produce, game? A wood bin. No, it looks like we've run out of wood. That's okay for now, until someone wants it in a mood, and then it's going to be a problem. Come on, game. Get my little dwarves digging. Why is no one down here swinging a pick? That's what I want to know. We should have at least 3 miners hot-footing it down here, ready to work right now. Or are they going to self-isolate? Didn't we have an amusing name for this little region here? Oh yes, the Pharaoh's penis, that was it. I remember thinking these little bits here looked like sort of desiccated, mummified testicles, and so our tunnel we dug down there with this little dog leg in it for some reason. That looked like a bit of a manky old mummy penis. There we go. That's the kind of quality you can expect from this stream. High level nonsense. And by high level nonsense, I mean it's incredibly nonsensical. Not necessarily good. Why is someone hauling a big old rock down here? That doesn't seem very practical. It seems, if anything, like he's taking it to where there's probably already quite a few fairly decent rocks. In as much as one rock can be better than another, I suppose. Holy shit, they're taking forever to get down here. Come on. We're working at 38 frames a second here. You should have been down here ages ago. Or maybe I've got some kind of digging orders higher up in the fortress. That may well cause a problem, thinking about it. It's a shame we can't easily secure off the adamantine that we found. I feel like we should probably be worried about people coming down here to work in these low-level tunnels. One forgotten beast needs to turn up and it's all over for everybody working in the lower regions. Ah! The hill titan Gembish Saluralalush the Lomast has come, a gigantic hairy viper. It has thin wings of stretched skin, and it has an austere look about it. Its eyes glow spring green. Its lemon hair is short and even. Beware its poisonous bite. Now, is it just me? Or does a hairy viper, a gigantic hairy viper with thin wings of stretched out skin, give anybody images? I mean, it sounds to me that this thing looks like a dick. That's all I'm saying. I think it looks like a dick. It is straight out of the Pink Place. Straight out of Pink Place. Motherfucker named Saluralalush Lomast. More. Anyway, where are we? Chat's not on the screen again. Oh, fucking Dwarf Fortress. Come now. Come now. Why you do this? Why you do this to me? Let me quickly go to studio mode. Here we go. Bring up the chat. It looks okay. Can we say Twitch chat? Bingo Wings the Dreaded. Chat is working. It's just not overlaying properly. Let me just have a little look here. Where is it? Chat. There we go. Off, on, off, on. It's working in Dwarf Therapist, but not in